Good day, friends. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the crafting Traceries, the game's Hotline, and my first impressions of Genshin Impact. First, I want to thank everyone that is making this show a reality, whether you've been watching and subscribing. All of that has really motivated me to keep going and to produce these on a weekly basis. If you want to become a patron and see your name in lights in the credits, please head on over to my Patreon page at patreon.com/Miloascape for more details. Let's dive in and see what our viewers had to say this week. Julius123 writes, "Congrats! You did the quest on the first attempt at level 46. When I did this quest, I died 7 times. Julius is referring, of course, to the quest that I did this week, Mordred's Fall. That is when you first get into Karn Doom. And yes, it is like a level 49 or 50 quest. I did it at 46. At least I was prepared and knew what was coming up because I had played through it before. So I was able to make sure that I at least had the gear and the morale to go in and get it done. But it was challenging, not to say the least. It took quite a bit of time to get through it, but I did, and I was so excited. With the Season 3 reward track, what we now see is that there are some recipes that dropped. These are craft tracery recipes that is single use only. So you have to be very, very, very careful what you use them on and for what, and you've got to have a plan set in place for making sure you know how to do it. I created and released a video earlier this week with one of my good friends, Grotic, on how to do it, what to pay attention to, what to be aware of, that you don't mess it up when you only have the single-use recipe. I will be putting a link of that below, so be sure to check out that training so that you do not mess up your one shot at getting the gold traceries that you need for your weapons. This past Friday, Orion did a live stream that I watched through. I'll put the link to the stream down in the comments below. One of the biggest things that stood out for me that he was talking about is how they are planning on reworking some of the trait lines for certain classes. The first class that they picked was the minstrel. And so what they're doing with the minstrel is they're taking away the yellow line, but making that more of a utility line that really feeds in well with whether you're doing blue mini or red mini. And they're going to be doing that for more classes, so, and obviously only for the ones for which it makes sense to do that. So be on the lookout for those class changes coming up in the following weeks. I will be sure to keep you guys updated on what's happening on Bullroar and what's coming down the pipeline so you can give feedback to the development team as they're reworking these classes. They did say that they want to give more DPS to the other classes. So for example, the Hunter will still be the class that has the biggest range DPS, but they're working up the minstrel to be within 10-15% of the amount of damage that the hunter can do. And the reason why they're doing that is to bring more class diversity and to help every class be able to go in and do damage and play that role to a certain extent. Now the nice thing that they've done with the mini is because all of the utilities that you can now do in red line or blue line, it means that you can keep up 5 anthems while still dealing a huge amount of damage. So not only are you able to do damage like hunters, but you're also able to bring all those utilities to further improve your entire fellowship and your entire raid. So that makes the mini very interesting to play. It's going to go live here in the next update 33.2, so we're all very excited in the community to see how this change rolls out and how this may affect the role of the minstrel within raid content. This week I was reminded once again that our fellow gamers go through this life and they may be experiencing some emotional trauma, some mental trauma that they need to deal with. And I came across this group called Games and Online Harassment Hotline. You can text support to 23368 to get started. And what they do is they're a community of people that have the training to help people that are going through difficult situations, and they're gamers themselves, so they understand the environment that you may find yourself in. And we're gonna watch their trailer next.
All right, pause the game, just for a sec. Games aren't just fun. It's more than that, right? They bring us together, whether in a workplace or on a stream or at a convention. At any given moment, there are millions of people like you and me playing, chatting, adventuring, dueling, side questing, exploring. Millions of real people. Most of our gaming experience can be amazing. But let's be honest, there are problems. Toxic corners of the community, abuse, harassment, bullying, isolation, depression. Behind the avatar on your screen, a real person may be suffering alone in silence. It might be your friend, your kid, your coworker, or maybe that person is you. Too often it feels like we're supposed to toughen up, play on, get good. But if someone is struggling, they don't need to get good. They need to get help. Whether you're a game developer, a fan, a player, a streamer, a competitor, any part of this community, if you need someone to talk to, the Games and Online Harassment Hotline is here for you. It's not about the person you think has it worse than you, or the person you've heard stories about. If you or someone you care about is struggling, no matter how big or small it might feel, now you have someone to help and support you. That's what we're here for. The Games and Online Harassment Hotline is a text message-based, anonymous, and confidential emotional support hotline. And it's created specifically for the gaming community. Because we're gamers and creators, and we want to help each other, whether that means offering emotional support or finding the referrals and resources that you need. Maybe you're feeling lonely and isolated, or recently lost a loved one. Are you experiencing harassment in your workplace or online? Struggling with crunch or burnout at work? Are you worried you or someone you know may hurt themselves? Have you suffered physical, sexual, or emotional abuse? You don't have to go through these things alone. So, how does it work? Well, you text us and we listen. Our hotline is 100% anonymous. We can talk about anything you need to and only what you want to. If you decide you could use additional resources like support communities, experts, or legal aid, we can connect you. The Games and Online Harassment Hotline is an inclusive resource for anyone, no matter how you identify. If you feel that you need emotional support, you can start right now by texting support to 23368, and our qualified responders will be there to listen to you, free of charge. If you need help, stop watching this video and get in touch with us right now. On the other hand, you might not need this hotline, at least not today. But maybe you can make sure it's always available for those who do. Hotlines have been proven to save lives, and so we believe that keeping this hotline free for the people who need it is crucial. If you believe that too, we need your support to make that happen. Donate. Your financial contribution not only keeps the hotline alive, but is also tax deductible. Tell all your friends. The best way for people to know this service exists is to tell everyone you can. Share this video with your networks and be sure to follow and tag us at Games Hotline. With a caring and engaged community by our side, made up of people like you, we will not only be there for those who need it most when they need it most, but we are building a stronger, healthier, more supportive games industry for everyone. Reach out, get help, and let's make this community a better place to work and play.
If you or somebody you know needs some support, needs somebody to talk to hang out, I'm always here to listen. But if you want somebody more anonymous, I highly recommend reaching out to these guys and just texting them. Also, if you just want to save their number and you don't need support right now, you can actually text the word info to their number. Well, that is 23368, and that'll just give you some information that you can then save to your phone and have handily available if you should need it, or if somebody you know might need it. Now on to a little bit more lighthearted things. I found out that this week that Elden Ring has a new manga that's coming out. So I wanted to take a look at this. So here on onesports.gg, They have an article on where to read Elden Ring manga. It's called The Road to the Erd Tree. The new Elden Ring manga, called Road to the Erd Tree, veers away from the game's dark fantasy and highlights the hilarious mishaps that come from the tarnished lifestyle. Right from the get-go, the main character has to deal with potion management and learning how to roll to avoid getting crushed. I saw that it's going to be more of a comedic kind of outlet, which is going to be a lot of fun to read. The Elden Ring manga is available for free on Kadokawa's manga website, Comic Walker. Let's head on over there. Alright, here we go. Here's chapter 1. Presenting the epic manga adaptation of the worldwide hit video game, The Elden Ring. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between, the fallen leaves tell a story. Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Now Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found, and in the night of the black knives. So, since this is a manga, we're going to go from right to left. So you got to use the left key mouse button to advance. This clash of titans, what awaits beyond? The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. Soon Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. A war from which no lord arose, a war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Arise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live, the call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant gold mask, Fia, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, okay, and the all-knowing Sir Gideon Ofner, and the other one, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown, cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. This is a comedy manga. Okay. Wait. This cannot be the tarnished we're after. The future Elden Lord? This? Are you sure this is the one, Torrent? He sure doesn't seem very lordly to me. More like an underwear mannequin someone threw out. You're absolutely positive? Seriously? Look at what he's wearing. I'd at least hoped for someone with enough sense to wear pants. What? You think even one, so, beyond the Golden Order, could pursue the Elden Ring? Torrent, cut it out. This is hardly the time to be horsing around. Mustn't judge others by appearance. What exactly is it that draws you to him, by the way? I see. His nice firm haunches. Well, they're the mark of a good horse, certainly, and you'll be the one under them anyway. It's a joke, Torrent. Suppose we'd better get to saving him. But how can I be sure he won't lose these sacred flasks? He's almost totally naked. Looks like this is going to be a fun manga to read. I highly encourage you guys to head on over there and continue on with the story. Just a quick update of what's happening in LOTRO this week. We have Tales of the Shipwrecked Mariner going on until this Tuesday, September 20th at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to go over to Buckland and look for those waterlocked lockers and see what exciting perks would be available for you. I started playing Genshin Impact this past weekend, and it was just absolutely amazing. The couple of things that I really liked about it was exploring the world. The anime is just absolutely lovely. I love the characters. I love the coloring. I love exploring the world. All of that feels very much like I'm watching an anime. The voiceovers are great. The storyline has been interesting so far. I'm starting to get more and more used to the fighting mechanisms in terms of having to swap between characters in order to have different skills available, and how that might affect what mob you're fighting, and to be able to kill that mob quicker. The coolest thing that I love is how you're able to scale up mountains like I'm doing right here, and then also how you're able to fly through the air is both a lot of fun to experience. I'll probably be doing some more live streams of this in the coming weeks. I am mostly going to focus just on the storyline and not so much on getting to be a top raider in this game. But so far it's been a lot of fun, and I hope to share this journey and adventure with you guys. If you are a gamer and you would like to collaborate with me, please go ahead and send me an email, or just go ahead and leave me a message in the comment section below. I'm looking for a couple of folks that are interested in promoting their channels, that are interested in being interviewed. If that is you, I would love to have an opportunity to chat with you. If you know of somebody that would be perfect, please refer them and help me to get in touch with them. This show is possible because of your support and encouragement. Become a patron and get access to more amazing content, and see your name here in the credits. Thanks for watching.